What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to talk about the remaining members of the Black Bulls. Welcome to the Anime Onesam. Let's start with Sora. When Sora was 12, he was living with his father, Zara Ideale, a magic knight member of the Purple Orca squad. They were living in their humble home as they were peasants, and his father was famous to be the first peasant to become a magic knight. Contrarily to the present, when Sora was a child, didn't talk a lot, so his father Zara made him a doll, the Super Magic Knight Sora, as a gift to encourage him to communicate more with other people. Sometime later, Zara dies on a mission with the Purple Orca squad. While visiting the grave, Zora overhears his father's comrades admit to have betrayed and killed Zara because he was a peasant and was not worth working with nobles. The truth made Zara losing all his faith and the admiration he had for the Magic Knights, making him extremely angry and sad, as he lost his hope in the justice. Once Sora is not a child anymore, he begins searching for and fighting corrupt Magic Knights and protects people from their abuses. One day, he was fighting with some Magic Knights for his reasons. He met Yami, who decided to give him the Black Bull's robe. Sora is shown to be highly disrespectful towards all sorts of people that he stumbles upon, including nobles, the Wizard King, and even his fellow teammates. He indiscriminately lectures people with a sharp tongue, both commoners and nobles, for their respective flaws and actions, including his own. These aspects, his unpredictability and sharp tongue, show Sora's high wits and intellect. He is shown to adapt accordingly to unexpected situations to formulate various strategies that can quickly turn the side of battles. Sora also enjoys pulling pranks as his father used to do. Despite his overall appearance and bad behavior, he masks an altruist side where his past violent actions are the result of many injustices done by both nobles and corrupted magic knights. This side of him also expresses his ideas and standards of what it means to be a true magic knight. His last name, Ideale, recalls the English word ideal, that means a principle or a way of behaving that is of a very high standard. If we think about it, Zora's ideal world would be a world where magic knights would protect people and wouldn't see any differences between nobles and peasants. Also, Ideale is the correspondent Italian to say ideal in English. Zora's costume is the same as the one as the doll his father gave him. The lower part of his face is covered by leather straps. His red hair goes up and recalls flames. He also has 2 studs on his right eyebrow and other 3 below his lower lip set into the straps towards the left side. All of these features, leather, studs and red hair, are characteristics of rebel people. Think about rock stars, who go against the society, just like Sora. Sora uses trap magic to set a variety of magical traps. The time it takes to draw the necessary magic circles depends on how powerful or complicated the trap is. Sora also uses ash magic to generate and manipulate ash. Firal is the first son of Lady Vode of House Vode, who have had for generations the special magic. After Firal's mother dies, Ledior remarried with another woman, Lilian, and had a second son, Langris. When his sons were still children, Ledior arranged with House Kira for Finesse Calmrage to marry his heir, who was supposed to be Firal, the first son. Since children, Firal and Langris have always had a difficult relationship. Even if Langris is the younger brother, he has always been more powerful than Firal. Years later, Langris has become vice captain of the Golden Dawn squad, while Firal is a member of the Black Bull squad, the lowest ranking squad, so Ledior appoints Langris as his heir instead of Firal. After his father took him out from the legacy, Firal changed his last name to his mother's one. Firal loves women and tries to seduce them lascively. He asks out and invites dinner every woman he meets. He gets distracted very easily. After the battle with the elves, Firal resolves to become head of the family and to become someone worthy of finesse, which includes no longer flirting with other women. Despite his resolution, Firal frequently struggles with this temptation. He is extremely excitable, often reacting to situations in an exaggerated and comedic way. He is initially quite cowardly, always trying to avoid dangerous situations where he might be hurt or killed, but he tries to be brave when females are involved. After being casted aside by his family for not showing the same aptitude for magic as his younger brother, Firal made a conscious decision to run away from reality and simply try to have fun. He is a realist who accepts that his brother is stronger than him, but despite that, he tries his best to make the Black Bulls the best squad by supporting them with this magic. Firal didn't have confidence in himself in combat, but was aware that his magic could help his teammates. In dangerous situations, Firal usually runs away from danger, but after seeing everyone else giving their all against Vetto, Firal decided to be useful for everyone else. Also, during the Royal Knight exam, Firal displayed excellent leadership abilities. I can say that Firal is a dynamic character as he changes a lot through the course of the anime. Firal uses spatial magic to manipulate space. To do that, he has to see or to have seen where he wants to open a portal. Magna is a peasant that comes from the village Rayaka. He is a hothead with a short temper and becomes annoyed very easily. He is unrefined and has a tough attitude towards anyone, but shows respect for people he admires, like Yami, to whom he has a deep sense of loyalty. Despite his tough attitude, he is also really protective towards his friends and has a good heart. He has a deep friendship with Luck, who defines his best friend and also respects and acknowledges Asta, even if he has seniority. Magna has a rock alternative style that reflects his out-of-scheme personality. Its broom is so rock but also a bit kitsch. And his magic is fire magic. When someone gets angry or annoyed, we say that he is in fire, exactly like Magna. His short temper and his tough personality are well connected with his fire magic. Nero is the anti-bird that follows Asta everywhere, and Segre is its human form. I dedicated a whole video to her. Check it out in the playlist to learn more about her. Gordon has a creepy face and scaring appearance, and is constantly mumbling to himself. His low voice makes really difficult for other people to understand him and communicate with him. For this reason, he is often ignored and left alone. Sometimes people even forget about him and it makes him really sad. He has a deep sense of friendship and empathy and has a kind heart. To show how devoted he is to his teammates, he even made dolls resembling them. That's really creepy. And constantly fantasizes about bonding with his friends. Gordon also has great interpersonal insight, able to quickly perceive and understand people in a relatively short amount of time, such as Gouch. His friendly nature and positive words are constantly overshadowed by his very low volume and others talking over him, and he is somewhat sensitive to upsetting comments and the idea of being left alone. Gordon keeps a very long series of diaries detailing his day-to-day life and experiences, with many of the pages filled with his own written observations of others, scribbles of the Black Bull members, and reminders of his friends. This character is interesting because there's a strong contrast between his intimidating appearance and his kind nature. That teaches us that not everything is as we see it, but we should go underneath the physical appearance to know him in depth. We shouldn't have prejudices and speak about someone if we don't truly know him. A scary face doesn't mean that person is bad, and vice versa. Gordon's magic is the poison magic that allows him to make poison-based spells. Grey is always embarrassed and extremely shy to the point that she's not able to talk if she doesn't put a hand on her face to cover it. While transformed into someone else, Grey is friendly with others and enjoys working together with her schoolmates. In addition to this, Grey typically imitates the attitude and actions of the person she is transformed into, suggesting impressive observational and acting skills. Grey is also shown to be both incredibly kind-hearted, but at the same time slightly naive, and has a deep sense of friendship as she cares about her teammates. Her story reminds me of Cinderella, as her father remarried and she was abused by her stepmother and two stepsisters, who made her do chores and insulted her, saying that she was ugly and unuseful. Her past made her deeply lack of confidence and self-esteem. One day, to demonstrate her magic to her stepsisters, she transformed to look more like them, hoping that they would have accepted her and treated her like a sister, but they got furious and chased her out of the house. While Grey was wandering, three men tried to rob her, and Gouch, who was there, helped her and knocked them off as Maria wished it. Then Gouch advised her that if she didn't want to go back home, she had to learn to survive by herself, as the world outside is cruel. When Grey joined the Black Bulls, Gouch didn't recognize her, as when they met for the first time, Grey had the same appearance as her stepsisters and never told that that girl was actually her. Grey uses the transformation magic. Grey uses this form of magic to take the appearance of the other human beings or objects. She is also able to transform things other than herself, including rocks or enemy spells. Harry is the owner of the Black Bulls' headquarters. He's a noble, but his parents abandoned him and never returned, probably due to his illness that requires him to suck up magic from others. Due to this illness, he speaks really slow and takes ages to say a sentence. After a few months alone, Harry is near death when Yami discovers his room and recruits him into the Black Bull squad. Harry could live thanks to the Black Bull members, as he silently took their magic energy and they were not aware of his presence. Over the years, even if the Black Bulls were not aware of him, Harry watches them in the base and comes to consider them all friends. As Asta doesn't have magic and was in charge of the cleaning, one day he discovered Harry and later on Yami told him about Harry. So from time to time Asta went to visit him and talk to him, as Harry's illness doesn't affect him for his lack of magic. Harry was ashamed to present himself to the Black Bulls for the fact that he feels guilty to suck up their magic and dreamed about to meet them in person one day. Harry has the recombination magic that allows him to change the shape and the position of the house as he wishes. This is the reason why the Black Bulls' rooms changed their locations. Harry has a good heart and would die to protect his friends. This shows his selfless devotion and his deep sense of friendship. Well guys, that's all for today. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, give a thumb up, click on the subscribe button and see you in the next video.